Hello and welcome to a special Christmas edition to the Eclipse Exchange Podcast. Today I'm joined by Aaron and his lights.
Oh, I thought I'd be Santa's little helper this year and deliver his jaltest for him.
We're going to be talking about 2021 and summarising the year that Eclipse has had. So, Aaron, 2021, it's been a pretty good year, right?
It has. I mean, we've certainly seen and been staying in some nice, interesting places.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, you mean some of the hotels and some of the travelling we do. Obviously, if anybody doesn't know, the average Eclipse salesman probably does, 50,000-60,000 miles a year, and we're doing probably a little bit more on the higher side because of our area being so large, and we obviously live in the Midlands but commute to the south. And some of the hotels, for example, I remember when you booked.
Well, it's one extreme to the other, really, isn't it? So we've been certain places in London. The Sunbourne, the yacht hotel, which was one of the luxuries through lockdown.
Yeah, that was one of the better ones.
Yeah, we never stopped. Through lockdown, we certainly difficult, but we carried on all the way through. Yeah. But going from that to extreme.
all the lockdowns, didn't we? We just carried on through. I mean, it's strange for us because we're in central London, staying in a hotel after seeing a couple of our customers in Barking or Essex or wherever, and we're in London and it's an absolute ghost town. You can't go to a restaurant, you can't sit and have your food, you've got to just basically go back to the room.
But because of the operators and the repairers are still working, we had to carry on as well.
Of course,
that absolutely. Was it. So it was from lovely hotels like that, and I remember the Jamaica Inn in Cornwall, which I originally booked.
I cursed you at first. I was like, I'd never heard of the Jamaica Inn.
No,
so
neither had I.
I just got an email from you saying I've booked a hotel, apparently it's haunted.
Oh, well, it's haunted.
Yeah.
But which you weren't very impressed. But it turned up and it was lovely.
I never found some of my best nights sleep at the Jamaica.
I'm
not questioning it. But there was no extraterrestrial experiences.
Yeah, I can say that too, luckily. But then to the complete opposite of being in the middle of nowhere, I think was it in Wales?
Yes,
I think it was like staying in someone's house.
Yes,
We turned up
again. You booked this one.
Again, this was my fault. I seem to see the best and the worst hotels are booked by myself. So but this is what we do as salespeople in this job. I think sometimes customers, they know what we do, but sometimes don't see the things that we do.
Life.
Yeah, exactly. So
on the road,
in the middle of nowhere, sometimes doing 8-9 hours driving a day. Our cars are our office, aren't they? Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been through 5 windscreens this year.
Yeah, well done. I mean, I've done 2. So
you're catching up with me, surely. But when you've been reversed into.
I have, Thank you. In fact, I won't mention the company.
But as I say, this is what we go through on a daily basis, really. I mean, from hotels to seeing some of the best roads in the country. But
and the worst ones. And the worst traffic jams and getting stuck in central London.
Absolutely. But and that leads us on really to the experiences on the demos. I mean, gone are the days where we're stood in, well, we still do, but in workshops on the industrial estates. We're now on quarries, we're on harbours, all sorts of weird and
different environments.
Places. Exactly. And we could be on a quarry on the same yard, and then
rail yards, railroads, all sorts of bits and bobs.
I'll be in the same place as you, walking on the same yard as you, and for some reason I'm always crystal clear, really clean, and you'd be on the same yard and you're filthy dirty.
I thought you'd bring this up. So whatever. Apparently, well, I sort of see the reasoning behind this. To be fair, all you have to do is look at your side of the car and my side of the car after we've been somewhere, and I don't know how, but I do end up being
the dirtiest.
Exactly. Obviously, when we go on these quarries and whatever, when we get absolutely covered in muck and whatever, when we're plugging into some of these machines, I ever tell you I split my trousers once.
Oh, you did? Yeah. I think I was with you actually.
I tried to jump on an excavator.
Oh, this was another time.
And cocked my leg up too high, split my trousers.
The second pair of trousers, second windscreen, it goes in twos. But I mean, what a successful year it's been. It's
really good year.
It's been 50% up on last year, which is great. Really good. And I think we've changed in what we do on a daily basis as well, releasing videos on quarries. the social media that we're pulling out this year as well. It's really strong. It's
we're busy.
We are. But it's great. It's great to see it.
I suppose the last year has been sort of testament to the product now. It is the market leading product for sure, but also we've done a lot of upgrades with the new version 9 and the new TestPad Extreme Pro, which has gone down a dream with the customers.
The best way to say this really is it's a perfect marriage between the two. It's the new hardware of the Blink, the version 9, which has got all of the latest Euro 6 compatibility on it, and then you've got the new TestPad, which over the years it is obviously the best now.
Technology moves on.
It does. We've been working with the best at the time. Really.
Of course. And now we have a solution which is matched. You have got the best PC and the best jaltest software link, hardware link you can get, which is great, and
which we've seen a lot in the upgrades. Really, we've seen how strong that has been this year with people with older kit that have been moving on to the new kit because it is that much better.
If our customers are having any Bluetooth issues, or you've had jaltest for 4, 5, 6 years now plus, and you are working on Euro 6, and you're seeing functionality there which you're thinking, why isn't it there yet? It could be that your hardware is getting a little bit old now, and if you are having Bluetooth issues, there's functionality missing which you think should be there, or you need more information. That's exactly where the version 9 can come in. It's much faster, designed, I suppose, for later vehicles, and it's got all the latest protocols in there.
Of course it has.
So definitely should reach out if you're on an older version 7 or 8 jaltest link on our old TestPad Extremes. Definitely should take a look at the new ones.
Let us come and show you.
Definitely. And you mentioned upgrades. I suppose DC Merits is a really good example this year. We did have a customer in particular who bought about 9-10 years ago now. It would have been a long time ago. Another product that we Eclipse used to sell very shortly after, and we will admit this, but very shortly after the customer bought that particular product from Eclipse, we stopped selling it, which was obviously a shame for us, and obviously a shame for the customers. But for many years, they carried on with this product, not happy, and it was a little bit. We were supposed to making it up to them, showing them over a period of time that jaltest, switching to jaltest, and it was going to be a lot better for their workshop. A couple of visits from me and yourself, and obviously, bang, we've got a jaltest in there now, and they're getting on really well with it.
Really well with it, actually. So
and you've got some good handover pictures, which I'm sure we'll
put in there. That's it, absolutely. But I mean, we've sort of got a few examples, really, haven't we? Sort of
customers that really have got to the end of their tether with diagnostics, with the supplies of diagnostics, and they've seen Eclipse jaltest as the solution, and they've gone for it, and not just gone for it for one particular module. They've got like CV,
off-highway,
commercial vehicle, off-highway, material handling, agricultural. Pretty much the only thing they don't have is marine,
which is difficult in Gloucester.
Of course. That's a good point. Good point. Testament as well, maybe to Roger, our national accounts manager. We've got the customers such as like Sapphire and First Bus and Reavers Fleet Solutions buying lots of jaltests this year. So thank you very much to those guys putting in several different orders for units, and Zenith, M Group, Cartwrights. I know Cartwrights are a good example for a customer that's used jaltest for many years now. And have upgraded to the version 9 link because they're going to get a lot more out of the new jaltest as opposed to the old one.
Vehicles move on, so surely technology has to as well.
Of course,
and then us examples on across the south. Really, we've got, and these are
and the US Air Force as well.
US Air Force,
in Norwich, Norfolk. It's always Norfolk. If it's anything to do with the US Air Force in the UK, it's Norfolk. But obviously they have a jaltest through Eclipse now.
They do. Yeah, so we've got the content going out soon for that on socials. Great. And then just us as an example on the south, really. So these are people that now wanting to be a one-stop shop, buying jaltest, that obviously they can do their own vehicles, but now moving on to other vehicles as well that come in that workshop.
You talk about dealers.
Yeah, dealers. So we've got Wessex DAF, we've got Marshall Mercedes. So the dealers now buying jaltest as well to be able to do that full.
And many may question, well, surely they have Mercedes equipment, surely they have the DAF Davy. Why are they buying jaltest? But sometimes you can't have more than one Mercedes Star Tool, or it's expensive to do that, or it's a case of some of your customers have a multi-brand fleet, and you want to transition them over to your product, DAF, Mercedes, whatever it is you sell, but they also want to test you out in terms of what your servicing department is like.
Of course it is.
And if you've got something that can cover everything,
then why not go there?
Absolutely. And as you mentioned, Wessex DAF and Marshall's Mercedes, thank you very much for your business. They obviously are now running jaltest to do all their third-party work, which is fantastic. And we've got a lot of customers in the south. One in particular, which is a fairly new customer, but I absolutely loved this. We heard back from one of our partners, shall we say, FP&S, who were telling me, Steve was telling me that MJ Church had saved £2,500 in the first week with jaltest. So they had an off-highway package, so pretty much half of the equipment is paid for already, just on regens and call outs or whatever. £2,500 in the first week, which is fantastic.
Which is very impressive. I mean, that's it.
Would have been a good day out for you, I presume, with the training there, and you've got lots of machinery, and you've got some good photos.
Blue sky. It was great. It was great. And as you say, it's nice to see within a week that kit is at least paid for itself already. Ongoing. I
think one of the guys in the workshop there was telling me that for the future, this is something that they've put to their management, and they've seen it. They've no longer seen it as an expense, but it's something to invest, to save, which is another good thing as well. Speaking about our customers, between me and you personally in the south of England and South Wales, obviously we've got lots of customers in the commercial vehicle sector as well. Obviously MJ Church are using our equipment for all their machines, but in the commercial vehicle, I had a conversation with a customer the other day. They pretty much run every brand of truck. They don't run ERFs or Fodens, but all your big Volvos, DAF, Mercedes. And they were telling me, really, the only thing they can't do on jaltest, or they are sending work back to the dealers, is warranty stuff that is covered by the dealer anyway. So why wouldn't you? And like programming, he was telling me he couldn't program a radio, a new radio system or a new display system or whatever it was, but pretty much everything else they're able to cover on jaltest, which is fantastic.
Great. And that just shows how strong that software is.
I suppose all these points that we're giving, it just shows how far Eclipse and jaltest has come over the last few years, that we go into all these customers now, and it doesn't matter what they throw at us, we can plug in. We know that the jaltest is going to have fantastic coverage on it. If it doesn't, we speak to the Spanish and they add it. Bang. It's on the equipment on the next update, but we've got the confidence to just get in there and do a demonstration. And I'd advise any customer that's looking at multi-brand diagnostics, if you're unsure, you're not sure which one to go to, have a demonstration. It's absolutely. The most powerful thing is seeing it plugged in, seeing it in its element, seeing this thing work. It's like a pretty new car. You've got to see it in action.
Absolutely, you've got to. Even if you've used jaltest before, seeing the new one is so important.
Absolutely, If you're using a version 7, if you're using a version 8 jaltest and you're thinking, well, what's changed? Well, have a demonstration and you'll see for yourself.
So it's a bit of a teaser coming up soon. We've got a couple of podcasts being released, haven't we? So we've got Kajali coming on. So we've got Jose coming on, just telling us the full story really about Eclipse and jaltest and where we've both come from. So that's really exciting. We've got a few insights within that video as well coming out soon.
We also cover the version 9 link, the latest modules that are being added, all the software, how they do it, all covered in this.
So really interesting. Watch that. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And then Mythbusters as well. The sort of frequently asked questions. These things that I think some people sometimes not sure on. So we're pretty much breaking it all down. Starting from.
I think the good thing about the Mythbusters episode that we've got coming for our listeners, for our watchers, is that this equipment is changing so regularly and so quickly that just because you've used jaltest 2-3 years ago does not mean you know jaltest today. This, when we sometimes are like, wow, I didn't know it could do that, because it's constantly evolving. And this Mythbusters is going to be a fantastic episode covering, what jaltest and what isn't jaltest, what can it do, what can't it do, the little niggles that it has, etc. All the key benefits to it, and we're going to be settling a couple of scores, I suppose, with some of the questions that we've had thrown to us recently.
Absolutely. So that's something to keep your eyes peeled for.
And 2021's obviously been a big year for us as Eclipse in general, but the podcast is obviously a big thing as well. It's pretty new for us. We've been learning as we go, I suppose. It's not something we're naturally used to, but we've had some really good feedback on what we're doing. So thank you ever so much from everybody who's been watching and giving us some great feedback on the content that we've been covering.
Exactly. Just to mirror that, really. Although we are here to support you, thank you very much for supporting us, and without you we wouldn't be so successful. So thank you very much for your ongoing business, and we'll see you in 2022.
Sure. Thanks for watching. We hope you've had a great year. Merry Christmas to you from the Eclipse group. We'll see you in the new year.